Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Monkey and Biggs Show with 1G of Biggs. That's right. Biggs, how you doing?
Hello, I'm Biggs Biggsalo with 1G.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Monkey Jehoshaphat. And Biggs with 1G is finally back in the building. You can't see it now, but he's sitting in a recliner with a weighted blanket on his legs like a fucking grandpa.
It's comfortable, all right?
I mean, it's not even that cold in here.
No, it's really cold in here.
Biggs, everybody knows you've been missing from the channel. I had to do a whole podcast and a whole Pokemon episode with Florian Herschel. That's right, Florian is trans now. This is what happens when you're missing from the show.
I can't even act surprised because I watched it. I heard that joke.
Well, it's not a joke. It's called a lifestyle, Biggs. Biggs, where in the living fuck were you for so long?
I was at home.
Well,
I just didn't feel like coming out.
You know, they say home is where the heart disease is, so I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh, I can feel my heart pumping from what we just ate, so.
From I finally got to try the Popeyes chicken sandwich, and Biggs decided to make the order a large, so I also had to down a large order of fries.
It was the only way to do it, you know? You gotta break it in with the pound of fries.
So, Biggs, you made the decision to road trip all the way to the Rocky Mountain High. That's right, Colorado. Is that how they pronounce it over there?
Yeah, Colorado.
Colorado Ranch Chips?
Colorado Ranch Drips.
I think we might have Popeye's chicken sandwich on the brain.
Maybe.
Biggs,
it was just so good, you know? It was so good that I just can't think of anything else now. It definitely wasn't a mediocre chicken sandwich that we drove 40 minutes to get.
It might be the 40-minute drive home where the chicken got all soggy in the bag and cooled down. That might have ruined the experience, but...
No, it's definitely their fault.
Yeah. Are you glad that we... it was a foregone conclusion that we were not going to snack testers this sandwich?
Oh, we could have snack testers on the way back.
In the car while you're driving?
Yeah.
It couldn't be worse quality than any other episode of the show. Biggs, why did you go to Colorado, and what was the 10-hour drive like? I want to hear this story. The people are dying to know where you've been and why.
Well, the reason why is I have a friend out there that lives in Denver.
What's her name?
His name.
How big are her titties? How do they compare to yours?
Non-existent.
Would you date a girl who has smaller tits than you? Question number 1.
I dated you, so...
I said a girl, Biggs.
Yeah.
Rude.
Mumkina. That's... You're trans too, right? That's like the new thing? Anyways, so yeah, a friend of mine lives over there, and he was moving down to Florida, so he's probably going to die of COVID. And it was my last chance to meet him while they were in Colorado. And I've never been to Colorado, so I wanted to go check it out and see the mountains and stuff. And yeah, the drive was awful. the whole time, like, it was getting closer to time to go, and I'm like, oh, you know, this drive will be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, it's only 9.5 hours, you know, maybe 10 with some stops. But no, it was the worst. I think the furthest...
What could have happened that would ruin a 10-hour peaceful drive to the mountains?
So, I leave my house at 8 a.m. And I'm like,
boo-hoo, oh, I'm Biggs. I gotta get up at the same time as every other American with a job.
So, it was...
Cry me a fucking river.
It was a good start. I went to Casey's and I got Red Bull.
Nobody knows what Casey's is, Biggs.
I went to a gas station and got Red Bull to get me through the first couple hours because I had not slept very well. So I think
you were up all night masturbating.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What else would I have been doing?
There's a new Nostalgia Critic episode up, and you had to bust a couple nuts before your big trip.
Yeah. So I think I was up until like 2 or 3. And then I woke up extremely early for like no reason. And yeah, so I get my Red Bulls and I take off. And
did they give you wings of redemption? Real talk.
I wish they gave me real wings so I could have flown there faster. But so
I just flew in from Iowa, and boy, are my arms tired. Big, shut the fuck up. Is that what happened when you got there?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So
Weird, because you didn't even fly. You drove, so the
drive-
joke doesn't even match.
the drive out of Iowa was all right. I've done that drive quite a few times, out west into Nebraska. But once I got to Nebraska, it was just downhill from there. Because
You mean flat hill from there?
yeah, actually,
Yeah.
yeah, no joke.
We've all been to Nebraska. We know.
So I was driving for a few hours, and things were going all right. Driving alone sucks, but I was listening to music and whatnot, and then I got to.
What does the Biggs road trip playlist look like? You got some Wiggles in there.
So
some Oogie
it
Loves?
was basically just different albums from Ariane.
Oh, okay. We'll get into that
And
later.
Maybe some Dream Theater and Avantasia, but
I actually listened to some voicemails before the show for once, and we do have an Ariane voicemail. So,
Oh, boy.
yeah, be excited.
so I get about halfway through my trip, and I'm like, all right, I might as well.
Oh boy, it's lunchtime.
Yeah, I'm
what
like-
should I eat?
I better stop for some food and refill on gas, and hopefully not have to stop again. And boy, was I wrong. So I stopped. I think it's pronounced Kearney, or maybe it's Kearney. Somebody pronounced it a different way.
Is this
but-
like a fast food chain?
No, it's a town in Nebraska.
Oh, okay.
So I stopped there, and I get gas at Casey's, which is a gas station over
Biggs,
by
nobody
us.
knows what a gas
That's
station
why.
is.
I was gonna. I thought you were doing the Casey's bit again.
You think I, Mumkey Jones, would retell the same unfunny joke over and over and over and over and over and over and over again?
I mean, you've made how many videos?
Just the same video like 1,000 times.
Yeah. So anyways. So I'm at the Casey's, the gas station, which is a place, for people that don't know, is a stop where you get petrol for your car.
Petrol. I thought it was ethanol.
So anyways, I'm looking around.
Why is your hand touching my knee, Biggs? This is uncomfortable. And okay, now he's just touching my dick. And okay, I'm done. God fucking damn it.
So I'm looking around at the restaurants. And
You're making your way downtown, driving.
I see a
Won't even let
restaurant
me finish.
called Runza. And
Really? Is that a joke? It's called Runza, like we'll give you the fucking runs.
we're getting there. So
Like, what did you expect based on that name? And you should not be surprised about the results.
So I've been told before that it's extremely good, and I needed to try it. So I Google what is a Runza, because that's apparently like their thing is Runzas. And it's
Wait, that's the name of a food?
yeah,
Okay.
Runza. So it's basically like a sandwich, I would say, with like
Biggs, nobody knows what a sandwich is. Please.
well, the ladies do.
Okay. I'll allow it.
It's like a sandwich with like minced like ground beef and cheese and onions, and it kind of reminded me of like a Philly cheesesteak, but without
Mixed
any...
with a sloppy Joe.
Yeah. So I eat it, and I'm like, wow, this is all right. Yeah, this is pretty good. And so I take off for the second leg of my trip.
And boy,
And
are your
boy-
legs tired.
Boy, did Runza give me the runs about an hour and a half later.
They lived up to their name.
So, yeah, they did. So I'm driving. It was roughly like an hour and a half, 2 hours later. And I'm like, I get the feeling. I'm like, oh man, this is awful. I click on my Google Navigator, and like you can do search along route for like certain things.
You
So
type in a place to shit, please.
I just put a gas station because
Because if you're gonna take a shit anywhere, you want to do it on a gas station off the interstate.
yeah. Well, I mean, where else was I gonna go? You can't really just search restroom on Google.
I would stop at like a Ramada or any hotel chain, walk in. For all they know, you're a guest, and just go find the nearest bathroom and fuck it up.
Yeah, I didn't do that. So I click search, click gas station, and it says next gas station is. Well, I told you I was gonna have you guess, but I told you how far.
Hey, let's let the fans can guess, okay?
Yeah, we're
waiting
looking
for
at the
answer.
live chat. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, close guess. He almost got it right.
Nobody's typing. This is
shit.
a podcast.
We're just looking at the desktop background of my
yeah,
computer.
they can probably see it in my glasses.
Yeah, it's just like the generic blue little Windows thing.
Yeah. So no, the Google Navigator says there's a CNX, which is another gas station, in 50 miles.
Right when you have to take a shit right now.
I'm feeling the runs, and it's coming now. So I'm literally like pedal to the metal, like.
Wait, you didn't find another option? You waited 50 miles to shit?
Dude, literally the closest town to me, because I was like out of Nebraska and into Colorado, and there's just nothing for like 70 miles, I swear.
Yeah.
So the next town was like 53 miles away. And I'm like, oh, this is awful. Like, I'm looking over in my passenger seat, and there's 3 little napkins that they gave me from Runza, and I'm like, boys, you might have to do this job. And so I'm like,
in your car.
no, I would have pulled over. I mean, there's literally nothing on the sides of the highway. So
there could have been a big pile of shit.
people could have very clearly seen me squatting down. But so no, I'm like flooring it, going like,
You're flooring in it?
yeah, yep, going like 90 to 100 miles an hour, trying to get to the gas station. The whole time I'm like cranking the music to like take my mind off of it. And
like my strategy when I'm driving home in the middle of the night, I don't want to fall asleep.
So I'm just like blaring music, you know, singing along and like weaving in and out of traffic.
It just so happens though that when you hit randomize on your playlist, all the songs just happen to be about taking a shit, and you're like, God damn it, no. Because there's
How many songs are like that?
There's so many Ariane songs about how like Merlin the wizard has to take a fat shit.
So finally I look over and my GPS says 5 minutes away, and like it's about to happen. It's like a woman almost giving birth in her car right before the hospital. Like, that's how I felt.
Yeah, at least be classy and do it in the backseat of a taxi or an Uber. But in this case, it's a shit baby. Not to be confused with.
Go on.
I want to hear your racist joke. What would a shit baby be confused with? Biggs?
A MUMKEY baby.
Rude.
Did you turn into Scoob?
It's hurtful.
Ruh-roh.
That hurt my free rings.
So, yeah, I get to the CNX. I jump out of my car. I almost get to the door.
Oh.
And I remember Colorado's got a mask, like a mandatory mask thing.
You go back and grab the napkins.
I look at the sign and like life is draining from me as we speak. So I run back to my car. I've got like a stack of masks in there, and I throw one on. I run inside, and I hear this little kid up at the register. Where's your bathroom at?
Oh, God.
I look to the right, I see the sign, and I dart. I'm like, this kid is going to have to crap his pants.
This kid's going to have to deal with the aftermath of the war crime I'm about to commit in this fucking bathroom.
So I rush in, and it's
oh, wow, a Russian committing a war crime. Why am I not surprised, babe?
There's one urinal and one stall, and that's all there is in this gas station bathroom.
Okay.
So I rush in there, you know, I start doing the deed, and I hear these little footsteps come in.
Oh.
And I just hear, uh-oh.
Why, could he smell it as he walked in?
No, he had to go really bad.
Oh.
And I hear his mom from outside, come on, we'll go in the women's restroom,
Thank
honey.
God for mom. And my problem is I get poo and pee shy, so if I'm in public and it's like a bathroom with multiple toilets in it, if anybody else is in the room, I have a problem letting the deed be done. So,
oh, no.
So if I heard a little tiny kid walking around and I have like terrible diarrhea, my body would be in a conflict with itself. It wouldn't know whether to release the hounds or not.
Oh no, it just released on impact with the toilet seat. It was awful. It was
like
so
before
bad.
even your cheeks hit the seat, just like
It was so bad.
Oh.
Oh, luckily the rest of the drive there was nice.
You didn't have to stop multiple times with this runs?
No, because as soon as I got to their house, I was like,
you
hey.
fucked up their guest toilet?
Nice to see you guys. I haven't seen you in like 7 months. I need to use your bathroom.
I need to destroy your bathroom.
But,
it's a good thing you're planning on moving to Florida because your toilet is full.
Well, here's the thing. They had a roommate and they like hated her, I guess. And
So you shit on her bed?
I used her bathroom, not theirs. That's in their master bedroom.
Good, good.
Yeah, so they didn't have to deal with it. But
Wait, did you say master bedroom? They're trying to take that away, Biggs. That's racist. It harkens back to slavery
no,
times.
I said master bedroom, not massa bedroom.
Stupid. So stupid.
So yeah, while I was there, it was a really nice time. Most of it was them driving me up into the mountains and showing me little towns up there and all sorts of stuff. It was really neat.
Now me back home, missing Biggs, no Biggs for a whole week, got to do shows without him. I'm thinking, Biggs is up in Colorado. You know what Biggs can get for me in Colorado? Get a little Rocky Mountain High. I was like, hey, Biggs, while you're up in Colorado, why don't you hook me up, see if you can get me a little bit of pot, just hook a brother up. Yeah, we could get high together. I won't have to drive 30 minutes south to Des Moines to go to my drug dealer's house. It'd be great. I don't even have to leave. And Big says, oh, don't worry, brother. I got your back. I'm gonna hook you up, my friend.
I did.
We have webcam. I'll go grab it right now and show it on camera.
All right.
You entertain these good people for a minute.
So I can give what would you call it? Some spicy news that I brought back from Colorado. While I was there, I went to it was like a little Norse souvenir shop, and I found this little pendant of Mjolnir, which is Thor's hammer. I was like, oh, this is pretty neat. I'll pick this up. So I bought it, and it was like $54.
You bought it you just got fired, and you're going on vacation and buying fucking Marvel movie bullshit?
No, it wasn't Marvel. It's
you said it was Thor's hammer.
Traditional Mjolnir from Norse mythology.
No, Thor is a Marvel character. Hello, Biggs.
So anyways, it's $54. I give the guy $50 in cash, and I swipe my card for the remaining $4 because that was all the cash I had. I get home, and on my bank statement, there's $54 charge on my card. So now I'm going through a dispute with them to get my money back.
You said you paid in cash and then they charged your card too?
Yeah, so it was $54. So I gave him $50 and said, put the rest of my card. And he charged me $54 on the card too.
Good.
So
hey, speaking of Biggs wasting money on dumb bullshit, you want to see the pot that he hooked me up with in Colorado?
So we gotta give him the lead up. I get out of my car because I forgot it at home, so we drove down to my house earlier.
Hey. Biggs showed up here. I live 45 minutes from where he lives. He shows up. We're hanging out for 10 minutes, and then he's like, oh, wait, I forgot that I got you something special in Colorado, but it's at home. Want to go for a road trip? So me and him drive all the way back to his house that he just came from, then drive all the way back. Luckily, we stop at Popeyes on the way back, so at least it was worth it for something. Are you guys ready to see this shit?
Hold on. So I'm getting out of my car. I go inside and I grab it. I come back and I pull out my pocket. I'm sorry, man. I could only get you a little pot, and here you go. And I gave it to him.
Yeah, take a gander at this bullshit. It's a little pot that says a little pot from Colorado. And according to the bottom, it cost him $19.95. You could have actually bought a decent amount of weed for the same amount of money, you motherfucker.
Would it be a Biggs gift if it wasn't pun related?
It seems more like a little gift to me. Should have at least got a big pot. Anyway.
Going back to Colorado.
Next time I have weed, I'm going to store it in that fucking Voss, I guess. Fucking bullshit.
No, it's a pot.
I'm going to pot pop quiz hot shot pot shot. So how was the rest of your vacation after you bought me a shitty fucking gift?
So I actually bought the gift. I was on my way back, and I'm like, all right, I gotta use the bathroom. Gotta go pee real quick on my long trip, because the problem was I had like this huge bottle of water that I brought back, and that was a bad idea. Folks, don't drink tons of water while you're driving for 10 hours.
Why? You could just pee in the bottle when you're done drinking it. You didn't do any fucking bottle pees on your big long drive?
No, because I'm okay.
So you're perfectly comfortable with texting while driving for 9 hours straight, but peeing in a bottle is where you lose the functionality of your body?
Yeah, I have some self-respect. I'm not gonna pee in a bottle when I could go pee in a toilet.
Have you never peed in a bottle in your life? When I was in college in the dorms, I would sleep in my underwear. If I wake up and have to pee, I'm not getting fucking dressed to go use the communal bathroom. You grab a Gatorade bottle, you fill that bad boy up, and then you throw it away in a public trash can. So when a homeless guy's walking around and he finds, oh, somebody left a whole half bottle of Gatorade, he'll get a delicious surprise.
Wow, you can only fill half a Gatorade bottle when you pee?
How would you know? You've never peed in a bottle
What
before.
a manlet.
Fair.
So
That is fair.
So anyways,
it is fair.
I stop on my way back in this tiny town. There's like literally like 4 houses and a gas station. That was the whole town. And I'm in the gas station, getting ready to walk out. I see in the back corner there's like 2 shelves like cornered with like food and whatnot on it. And there's like a little door, and it's just like a dark room in the back. And I'm like, what is that? So I kind of go back there and I peek around the corner, and it's like literally a souvenir room, just full of all sorts of souvenirs. So I went in there and I saw that, and I had no choice. I was like, this is the best pun for my trip to bring back to him. And when I gave it to him, I was like, sorry man, I can only get you a little pot. He's like, oh man, yeah, I can tell. He starts unwrapping it and he notices what it is. Like,
I knew what it was while it was wrapped. It was wrapping paper in the shape of a pot. I'm not that fucking dumb. I've bought weed in Colorado before. I know it doesn't come wrapped like that.
It was fantastic, guys. Yeah, and then as the people that follow my Snapchat saw, right across from where Runza was, on my way back, I stopped in the same town to fuel up. And my favorite restaurant over there is called Freddy's. And I stopped there, and I was very disappointed that I didn't stop there the first time.
What do they have at Freddy's?
Freddy's is like Steak and Shake on steroids. It's like 100 times better.
Well, like an actual New York strip between 2 buns?
Basically.
Ew.
No, it's not.
That'd be horrible.
No, it's really good, though. I recommend it to anybody that's in Nebraska. And I guess other states that have it, but we don't have it, and that's sad.
We should Google what's the nearest one, and you can take me on a road trip to the nearest Freddy's. And
It's probably in Omaha.
what's that, like 5 hours?
No, it's 2.
Well, that's close as shit, dude. We could do
right.
that tomorrow for lunch.
Doing a MUMKEY and Bigs meetup in Omaha tomorrow.
No, we could just live stream the boring car ride and have no internet access in the middle of, I guess, Nebraska where there's nothing.
Omaha is not in the middle of Nebraska. It's basically in Iowa.
Oh, really? Is this right on the border?
Literally, you have Council Bluffs and Omaha are like right across the river from each other.
Well, shit, we could knock that bad boy out easy. But unfortunately, if we're making plans on things we're going to stick into our bodies relatively soon, I don't know if you can see what's behind me here, but...
No, what's that?
It's called the Wheel of Cursed Meals.
I think that says the Wheel of Cured Meals. I think somebody just messed up on a letter and kind of scribbled it out.
Yeah, that probably makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, the time is ever drawing nearer for Biggs and I to actually make this fucking nightmare video.
We're dragging our feet.
Well, it feels like we had it scheduled like 3 months ago, and then just different problems always arise.
Well, the
and
first one
different
that
things.
came up, we started planning it for April, and then COVID hit, and it's just been like...
Oh yeah, COVID stopped us from filming a video in my house, like we're doing literally right now.
We were going to invite people from out of state to
True.
be in it.
Yeah, Eggy was going to come. I don't know if Rusty was, but yeah, we were going to have Eggman on.
Yeah, so like that's what halted the initial one.
Yeah.
And then since then, it's just been other stuff that keeps coming up.
Yeah, and if you recall from the first episode, the whole premise was we're playing to win something, and the win is that the other person gets punished. And as you may recall, my punishment if I lost was I had to watch S. Darko. Thankfully, that did not happen. Since Biggs lost, he had to take me on a romantic date to go see the Cats movie.
Which cost me probably like $40.
Yeah, because he also had to buy me a large popcorn and large soda, and I also did not share it with him because it was my grand prize, and he's not allowed. If he reached over, I would have slapped him away like a cat.
I was too enthralled for that. Yeah, that movie.
So we were debating in the car today on the long ride back from going to pick up this stupid fucking pot. We literally wasted almost 2 hours of our day for the dumbest joke I've ever seen. You probably wasted $10 in gas money just to drive back home for a thing that you forgot.
That's fine. That is completely fine with me. That joke that I've been waiting for all week was worth it.
Well, we were debating what should the punishments be for the loser this time around. I propositioned to Biggs.
Nope.
No, I'm just telling them what I propositioned. I'm not trying to bring it back. But I said, hey, Biggs, if I win again, your punishment should be you're not allowed to watch the movie. I don't know if you guys have heard of this. The movie Donnie Darko. You're not allowed to watch it for 1 full calendar year.
So I countered that with, okay.
No, Biggs did not say okay. He immediately said, nope, out of the question, absolutely not.
I said,
don't say you countered it with something.
Your punishment would be you literally cannot eat for a year.
And I said yes, because I know I'm going to win. And even after I said yes, Biggs said, no, never mind. There's no way I'm not watching Donnie for a year. I said, Biggs, even if you lose, all you have to do is not watch Donnie while at my house. You could watch it at home and lie, and I would never know.
Every time he goes to the bathroom, I have to turn on Donnie and watch the intro.
I'm just trying to make that stop.
Just so he comes back and turns it off. I've seen the intro to Donnie Darko like hundreds of times.
You just love watching Donnie, wake up on a mountain and ride his bike?
I forgot. So on my final stretch, my trip home, I look over at my GPS and it tells me I have 1 hour and 45 minutes left until I got home from the trip. So I scrolling through my music. I'm like, I know something that could fit exactly in that time. So you guessed it. I watched Donnie Darko in the last hour and 45 minutes of my trip.
While driving. You watched that fucking movie on your phone.
I have a magnet up on my dash, so I magnetized my phone to it and turned it sideways, and the movie is playing, so I'm driving with my eyes over here.
I hope that you are admitting to a federal crime and you get prosecuted, because I'm not comfortable with somebody on the road, sharing the road with other people, watching Donnie Darko, probably staring at the screen instead of the road for the majority of the runtime.
And I both know
that when you hear it, you can see it in your head. Yeah, I know.
I can watch Donnie without even seeing or hearing it. I can just play it in the back of my head.
There's a show called Solitary, where it's like a game show where everybody's locked in their own little pod and they have to do challenges and stuff like that. There was one where everybody had to close themselves in a coffin, and whoever gets out of the coffin and presses the button closest to exactly 3 hours would win that challenge. But they have no way of knowing when it's been 3 hours. So one person's strategy was they had seen the movie Titanic so many times that they laid there and just pretended they were watching it in their head. And that's the guy who ended up winning the challenge because it was closest to 3 hours.
I remember you.
Do you think you would do that with Donnie Darko?
100%. I could roll through the scenes and the lines in my head.
Do it right now. Give us the first minute of Donnie Darko. You have to say it out loud, fucker. We don't want to watch you imagine it.
This is what you asked for.
God fucking damn it. What story was I even
I'm
telling?
voting for Dukakis.
Oh, yeah. So the punishment that we both decided on, instead of having separate punishments, we're just going to go with end all be all. Whoever loses has to do this.
Which I'm still not okay with, but I agreed to it because it didn't involve not watching Donnie.
This is somehow better than not watching Donnie. The loser has to do a 24-hour live stream here on the MUMKEY Big Show channel, but they're not allowed to play video games. They're not allowed to have fun. They just have to sit there on screen for 24 hours straight.
Hey, you said we could talk to the chat.
Yeah, you can talk to the chat.
I even said that if I lose at some point, I'd probably be doing my homework on stream.
I think that's a great idea.
So, as long as it's not video games, I think I'm good.
So, sometime soon, expect Wheel of Cursed Meals Episode 2, and then about a week later, one of us will be streaming for 24 hours. I imagine I'm going to win again, and Biggs will be the one streaming, so I'm going to be posting Twitter updates like, oh, just took a long nap, it felt so good, about to go to bed, I'm so glad I get to sleep. I'm going to go take a shower.
Okay, so we both know I don't require sleep to function, all right?
That'll be very helpful when you do your 24-hour stream.
When what was it, Far Cry 3 released, I went and got it, and I went over to my friend's house, and I sat there for 36 hours straight playing Far Cry 3 to 100% completion. 100%. So like
at your friend's house?
Yes.
I was pissed?
No, I was living there at the time.
Well, then you could just say your house. You don't have to.
Well, I mean, it was, yeah, okay, sure. So I'm playing the game. He goes to bed because he has work in the morning. He wakes up. I'm still playing. He goes to work. He comes back. I'm still playing. He goes to sleep.
He goes to work again the next day.
He wakes up and leaves. I'm still playing. Yeah, so it was a long trek.
When was this?
This was like right after high school, or yeah, I think it was like right after high school.
You just had nothing better to do. You literally stayed on the couch and played the same game.
No, I sat on the floor.
For 36 hours?
Yes.
Why?
Because, okay, so I had never played a Far Cry game until number 3. And, like, I was watching the trailers for it and all this. I'm like, oh, man, this game looks amazing. So when it dropped, I was so hyped to play it, I literally could not stop playing.
Is it that good of a game? Should I play it on
I would still recommend anyone to play Far Cry 3. That game is great.
Is that the one where you're just like on an island and you can fuck around and do whatever you want?
Yeah, basically. The premise is like you and your friends are there vacationing, and then you get captured by like this, I guess like mafia rebel group or something that's trying to take over the government there, and they basically do. And then it's like you fighting them off to get your friends back. So you were premise of the game.
You were so excited at the prospect of having friends that you just couldn't put the game down?
Well, see, here's the thing. At the end, you get a spoiler alert if anybody wants to play this game. At the end, you are given the option to save your friends or kill them and join the cult.
I know what you picked.
And I 100% killed my friends. Yeah. Yep. It was mostly because the interaction between the friends at the very end, when you like release them and they're like being super like crabby to you and stuff, and I'm like, I just saved you from certain death, and then you're given the option. I'm like, yeah, okay. I don't care about these characters at all. I just want to keep playing with all my cool powers.
Well, I guess if a mafia ever comes up and tries to recruit Biggs, I know who to hide from. And I know what's going to happen with that one.
Hide from who?
Doctor Who, Biggs. Doctor Who. Well, it sounds like you had a fun vacation. I mostly sat here and streamed and worked on videos and had a merry, merry time. Was really looking forward to letting off some steam, smoking some pot. And here we are.
Now you're going to let off some steam by admiring your pot that Blaze will inevitably break for the next month or so.
In a monkey bot, or in a this mailbag forever ago. Somebody sent me a little ceramic cup in the shape of a monkey. I really loved and cherished that thing, and I had it up on my monkey shrine. And then one day I hear a crash, and Blaze looks all guilty, and there's 1,000 pieces of fucking plaster all scattered about my living room. I'll never forgive that little black fucker as long as I live. He knows what color he is. He knows. He knows damn well.
Okay.
Do cats are cats colorblind? Because even if he is, he can still see black. I have to assume.
No, he's blind to black. He doesn't see black.
But why can colorblind people see the color black if they are people of color? You'd think you wouldn't be able to see them.
Are you saying only people of color are colorblind?
I'm saying OnlyFans. Biggs, how's your OnlyFans doing?
It's doing great. A whopping 0 fans.
What is the URL to your OnlyFans? Because people don't believe me when I say you have one.
I think it's just /Biggs Bigsington.
Really, no cam whores wanted to snag up that URL? You're the first one who got it?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. Every time I get a random follower, I'll post something new, but once they leave, I'm just like, there's no reason for me to post on this
Are you
thing.
posting nudes on there or what? Just pictures of
Nudes
Blaze?
of cat.
You're always just posting pictures of my cat Blaze, which they can access on your Instagram for free.
Yeah.
Okay, well. If any of you made the mistake of giving Biggs $5 on OnlyFans, I can only say thank you for paying the stupid tax. You really earned it. You and all those people who got scammed by the Bitcoin Twitter hack, it's called the stupid tax, and you people got to pay it.
Hey, they got behind the scenes footage of Blaze and Isabel interacting, and it's very wholesome. I would pay $5 to watch that.
Okay, Biggs, you want to hear some voicemails? We finally got some voicemails worth listening to.
Oh boy, I guess. Is there any updates on old incel man?
My neighbor, my neighbor has had family visiting him for like the last 2 weeks, so there's just a lot of strange people walking around outside that are part of his family, and I've been very tempted to like go up to like his brother or like his brother-in-law or somebody and just talking to them and saying, hey, I'm concerned about insert incel old man name here. He's the victim of a scam, and explaining it to them. The more I think about it, there's no way that interaction ends well. Because what they're going to do is immediately go up to him and just repeat what I said and say, oh yeah, the fucking short little manlet neighbor boy said this to me. And then what? He's gonna be nothing but pissed. Now I'm going behind his back and saying shit to his family. There's no way it's just gonna make it worse for me. It's not gonna make it better for him.
Realistically, if he believes this as much as he does, realistically he's told his family about it and they know.
Well, then that's a shitty family because he's still doing it. He's still whatever. I don't care. Let's hear some voicemails. Okay, Biggs, we're going to play a little game. I've given each voicemail its own little name, and I want you to choose which ones we listen to based on the name I provided. So, I'm going to open up the game here. I'll read off the names real quick. We've got Ariane, Crusade, 4 Biggs, 12-year-old boy masturbates to Biggs,
Oh no.
Gummy Bears, and Superhero. Biggs, which one do you want to hear first?
Well, I'm going straight for Ariane, I think.
Oh, okay.
It seems like the obvious choice.
Hey, Mumkey and Biggs. So, I've been listening to Ariane recently, and they've got some pretty good stuff like Isolation, Realization, or an Apocalypse Run. But I wanted to know what your guys' like real favorite songs by them are, like if there's any hidden gems I'm missing out on. Because I know that you two, and particularly Biggs, is a fan of their band, or musical project, I should say. Also, Mumkey, you fucking cuck, put up that goddamn podcast you did on getting signed to Ariane.
Okay, first of all, I'm offended at the idea that Biggs is a bigger Ariane fan than me. Excuse me, I've been listening to Ariane since I was 12 years old, over half of my life. If it weren't for me, Biggs would still be listening to fucking Jethro Tull and Dave Matthews Band, folks. I introduced Biggs. I introduced Biggs to Ariane.
I was definitely a classic rock cuck before.
Yeah, Dave Matthews Band, classic rock.
Oh man,
I don't even know what Jethro Tull is. It's the first. I tried to think of the most random band names I could, and that jumped into my brain.
I don't even know who that is.
I might have made it up. But Biggs, what are your favorite Ariane tracks? I'm just gonna get the easy one out of the way and say we both agree the best Ariane song is The Sixth Extinction by far. It's 12 minutes of electric violin, heavy guitars, and a chorus of 12 men crying about how their world is dead and they're all gonna die. It's amazing. I love that song.
Man. That's really tough because I love so much of their music. It's like Liquid Eternity is another really good one.
Liquid Eternity courses through our veins.
And The Druids Turn to Stone is another good one.
Yeah, that's a great one. And to pair with that one, the one right after it on the track list is The First Man on Earth.
Yeah.
Great song. That's the song where I wanted my dad, when I was like a high schooler, I wanted my dad to listen to the music I liked, so I played for my dad The First Man on Earth. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. And my dad told me that it sounds gay. I never showed him anything I liked ever again.
I remember when you told me that, and I was just like, really? Really? And he like listens to what, POD and all, like,
my dad's favorite band is Pearl Jam, and I will never shit on him for that because Pearl Jam is top tier no matter what.
Yeah. So
the Pearl Jam 10 album, have you listened to that shit, Biggs? Oh, you like classic rock, man. Go listen to fucking Pearl Jam 10. That's the album of the century, my friend.
Yeah, I can't forget Pain. That's a good one.
Day 3 Pain, yep.
On the Human Equation. I like Connect the Dots. That one's pretty good.
That's like one of the lamer ones, but it's fine.
Yeah.
I would say listen to The Lighthouse from the Theory of Everything album. I also like Ariane's Fate, which is the song at the end of the first album where Ariane dies.
Tower of the Cat, right?
And that's well, the guy who makes Ariane, Ariane Lucasen, me and Biggs have chatted with him on Facebook many a time, and he has said from the very beginning that Temple of the Cat is even his least favorite song that he's ever made. And the sad irony of it is that over in the Netherlands where Ariane lives, the Temple of the Cat was the hit single from the album that got the most radio play, and he fucking hates it. It's not a good song.
So it's kind of a funny story how I got to talk to him. I joined an Ariane fan page on Facebook, and my your background or cover picture was the Mars colony from the Lost and New Real, and I randomly get a message one day, and it pops up. It says Ariane Lucasen. I'm like,
you didn't even reach out to him? He messaged you first? Oh my god!
I'm just like, wait, what? Like, is this like a fan account or something? I click on it. He's like, hey Brandon, cool to see the Mars colony on your Facebook. And he said, hope you really like that album or something. And I'm just like in awe, dude. I'm like starstruck.
That's amazing.
And then like, yeah, I went back and forth, and it was over a few years too, because after that I had talked to him about, hey, when are you bringing out a new album? Haha. And he's
used to send him videos of me driving my car while like jamming out to his music, and he's like, hey, you guys should probably focus on the road.
Yeah. Oh man, it was cool. And,
he gave me express permission to use one of his songs in my $5 short film. You had to get permission from because it's like a film contest I was entering in high school, and you had to get permission from the songwriter, and he like replied in the very first day.
Yeah, he's really cool.
Yeah, another song I'd recommend is The Two Gates.
Two Gates.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, you ready for the next voicemail then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I could go on all day on favorite songs, but
I don't think anybody but this one guy wants to hear about Ariane. So which one do you want next from these names that I have?
Let's go to Four Bigs.
Okay. Oh, I remember this one. You're going to like this one. God damn it. God damn it. Okay, here's 4 bigs.
Does that turn you on?
Does that turn you on, Biggs? This is one of the 6 good ones that we had in our inbox.
What?
That was
Oh,
the
no.
6th best one. And Heartsy sent in a voicemail. It did not make the list.
Why?
It was worse than that.
What about? Oh, come on. Heartsy's not bad.
Well, Heartsy sent it in during our voicemails live stream, so it's
Oh,
completely
so
irrelevant now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, which one do you want next?
Let's go for Crusade.
Okay, 12-year-old boy masturbates to Biggs. I'm gonna.
That's not what I said.
Well, You know what? Sometimes
Executive decision.
what's it called in D&D? The game master.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes the game master has to
Well,
interfere.
it's dungeon master.
The dungeon master has to interfere and make sure the game goes the way it deserves to. Keep in mind, I listened to 20 seconds of this very long voicemail and said, I can't listen to this anymore. I better put it on the show. So here you go.
Oh, Mumkey and Biggs. When is the next Wheel of Cursed Meals? I've been masturbating to that one video because it's the only one with Biggs drinking chalky milk in it. Oh, yeah. And for one of the cursed meals, can you eat mechanical pencil graphite covered in cheese whiz? I would love that. That is all I have to say. Keep it. Oro wa chinchin go daisuki nanda yo.
So I guess we already covered most of the Wheel of Cursed Meals stuff, but I just wanted everybody to have to hear. We have a legitimately 12-year-old fan who wanted to pretend to masturbate on microphone. I don't know what.
And you, a full-grown man, thought it would be a good idea to play it on our podcast.
Well, he said he was masturbating to you, Biggs, so that makes you the pedophile. That's how pedophilia laws work. Yeah, scratch your chin. Okay, which one do you want to hear next? Wait, no. Are we gonna eat pencil? Are we gonna eat pencil graphite covered in cheese whiz?
We have way worse things to eat.
Yeah, that would actually be one of the easier ones compared to the list we
I'd eat an
made.
entire box of that before I wanted to eat any of those.
You would eat a mechanical pencil for fun if you were hungry. You wouldn't even need to film it. Okay, what next?
Crusade.
Okay, here's
Second try.
Here's a young man who has some life goals that he wanted to share with us.
Sorry.
My name is not important. What is important is what I'm going to do. I just fucking hate this world. And the human worms feasting on its carcass. My whole life is just cold, bitter hatred. I'd always wanted to die violently. This is the time of vengeance, and no life is worth saving. And I will put in the grave as many as I can. It's time for me to kill. And it's time for me to die. My genocide crusade begins here.
Surprising number of 12-year-olds calling into the show today.
So, do you want me to kill this voicemail for you?
What do you mean for me?
He literally just read off the intro to the game Hatred.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've actually played that game.
It's a fun game, yeah. That's the intro when you first open the game and you click play. It goes to that little cutscene and then
so
it starts.
Fucking edgy for no reason.
Yeah.
I did a video a million channels ago of Jumpkey, my sidekick playing Hatred, where I just recorded myself playing like a 10-minute Let's Play, and then I lowered the octave of the voice and said it was Jumpkey. Okay, we got 2
Wait,
left.
Are you saying Jumpkey isn't real?
No, I do the voice of Jumpkey. So do you want to hear gummy bears or a superhero?
Let's go with Gummy Bears.
Okay. Do you have any guesses as to what this might be about?
I'm really hoping it's not the Gummy Bear song.
What's the Gummy Bear song? Can you sing it to us so we know what you're talking about?
I can sing it to you in Rona.
Okay, do it. But do you really have Rona? Because I think we might not be 6 feet apart right now.
Hello, do you prefer your gummy bears warm or cold? I just need to know this for personal reasons.
Warm or cold?
Yeah. Now, I wanted to bring this one in because I actually I wanted to talk a little bit about my eating habits. I'm the type of guy who stores his canned tuna in the fridge, just because I like food better cold all the time. Biggs, is that would you put your tuna in the fridge so that you can have like a nice cold tuna sandwich, or is that?
No, it usually goes in the pantry.
Yeah. So obviously, I'm gonna go with the cold gummy bears here, just because
I just don't get. Did he say warm?
Yeah. Do you want your gummy bears to be warm or cold?
Warm's just a weird way to put it.
That's the
not,
question. I went with cold, so you have to either admit that I'm right about canned
I would
tuna or say
imagine-
you want warm gummy bears, Biggs.
I think cold gummy bears would be better, I guess.
They'd probably be a little harder to chew on.
Yeah, but warm just makes it seem weird, like melted gummy bears or something.
Why do you not like do you put your condiments in the fridge? Like some people don't like putting ketchup in the fridge. Where do you go on
Yeah,
ketchup?
I put all my condiments in the fridge.
Okay. Some people say ketchup should also go in the pantry.
I usually, I don't know, like it's like as soon as I open the condiment, then I'll throw it in the fridge. But like tuna and stuff, I just throw it in the pantry because that's where it is in the store.
I'm
It's just
telling
on
you
the
though,
shelf.
it tastes better cold. Don't knock it till you try it, my friend. Anyway, let's move on to superhero. I don't know if you saw this, Biggs, but we did in one of the previous short film festivals. One of my favorite films was called Fast, and it's about an autistic superhero who can run really fast. And he left us a voicemail. So this is from a real life superhero.
Hello, MUMKEY Bigs. This is your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I'm recording this from my super secret lair right now.
I actually remember
I
this.
just want to thank you guys for everything you've done, as well as give you guys a little business proposal. As you may know, I'm a pretty quick guy. I can run at super speed, and I was wondering if you guys wanted to join my team of superheroes. I'm trying to start my own team of Avengers super guys, and I can't find anyone. I've been standing out on the road with a sign for about a week, and no one is listening. So I'm kind of desperate right now. If you guys or if anyone you know would be interested in joining my team of superheroes, please send an email to supercoolsupersquad@gmail.com.
I bet that's real.
It will mean a lot to me. If I'm on here, I might as well break down some things we're gonna do. An important. We're gonna be selling cookies outside of the grocery store. That's phase one. That's the first
What's
phase
that,
of my master
5
plan.
movies to do that?
Afterwards, we're gonna be, we're gonna yell at people who don't put their shopping carts away at said grocery store.
I agree with that one.
You know, we're gonna move on. We're not gonna start out with the big stuff. We're gonna start small and work our way up, and eventually, we'll get hired as the security guards to the local grocery store.
I feel like we're just getting a job at the grocery
The
store.
manager there is a nice lady. She gives me free cookies every now and then, so I think I can strike some business there. Anyway, if you guys are interested, supercoolsupersquad@gmail.com, and thank you both for everything you've done. Okay, see ya.
You know, Biggs, I feel like that was really the moral of that story is that all of these essential workers at the grocery store are just like real life superheroes. You know, those teenagers working at McDonald's in the drive-thru, I would consider them to be heroes who deserve hero pay, even though everybody stopped giving hero pay 2 months ago. But Biggs, what's
The
your
real hero pay is firing them off and putting robots in their place. That's the hero pay.
or firing them and hiring people who will accept a minimum wage during a pandemic because you're McDonald's, you have the power to do that? But Biggs, I think we should join his superhero Avengers ripoff. And I was wondering, what do you think our superhero names and individual powers would be?
Well, mine would obviously be Biggs Bigelow with 2 G's. That way people didn't know who I was.
Right, secret
It'd be
identity.
a secret identity.
Are you gonna take off your glasses when you're doing superhero shit?
I'll put on the Easter egg bunny cardboard glasses.
Okay, I still have those.
And yeah, I'll just cut like pinholes in those.
Yeah, okay. What's your superpowers going to be like? You turn into a Choji bowling ball and crush people like pins?
I think it would probably be procrastination.
Well, I don't think that's going to help get those carts back into the shopping cart bins.
They'll get there eventually.
Will they, though?
Maybe. What about you?
Well, I mean, I guess I have to be some sort of monkey and/or autism-based hero, right?
Harambe Jones.
Harambe Jones. My powers would probably be
chimping out.
Yeah, extreme shrieking.
Only at Waffle Houses, though, right?
That's the best place to chimp out, from my research. I imagine I can just yell at people to scare them into putting their shopping carts away. I could also be like like the human manlet, or like manlet man or something. Manlet man sounds pretty good.
That's just you in everyday life.
Well, I have all the powers of a normal man, but I'm smaller. So like,
so you're like a halfling.
Yeah, but I have the power of the average man, just in a smaller package.
So a halfling.
I'm basically like a woman who goes to the gym. So my powers, like, it would be helpful. I can crawl into small spaces that a normal-sized man could not fit inside. So, like, if your cat or your baby gets stuck, like, in a vent, I could probably go save it.
I don't see the connection with women at the gym.
Because a woman who goes to the gym would be my size, but as powerful as the average man.
Aren't women usually taller than manlets like you?
No! The average height of a woman is 5'7", and that's how tall I am. I've done my research. I know that if I was a woman, I would be perfect in every way. Okay? I know what I'm supposed to be.
Women have an edge on you because they can wear heels.
I could wear heels as manlet man, but then I wouldn't be much of a manlet man. So are we going to join this Avengers or not?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, should we just like apply at the local grocery store? It sounds like we'd have the same responsibilities.
We can go apply at Walmart and be cart pushers.
Get that hero pay. Hell yeah. Well, Biggs, that's about all we have for this rousing episode of Mumkey and Biggs. We gotta hear about Biggs going on a road trip and buying me a shitty gift. And we got even shittier voicemails.
I'll take it back if you don't want it.
No, Blaze is very excited to play with his new toy by pushing it onto the floor.
I was laughing the whole way home with that gift, just knowing what you would say.
Doesn't it make you happier to know that I hate it? Like, if I loved it, wouldn't you be disappointed?
No.
Oh, well. So all this time that I've been hating you, it wasn't making you secretly happy? Oh. I guess people react positively to positive emotions, huh? All this time I thought people liked being bullied and ridiculed. Well, maybe if I'm nicer to you, maybe you'll actually go on that diet. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning into Mumkey and Biggs. There's a very possible chance that by the time we record another episode, we will have filmed the Wheel of Cursed Meals too, and one of us might literally be hospitalized, if not dead. So this very well could be the worst and last episode of the Mumkey and Biggs Show. Biggs, you can have the last laugh.